So I think it's quite clear that by now we can agree that meditation is without a doubt a very powerful practice to improve various elements of human health. So in this video, what I'm going to do is actually review the MUSE S Gen 2 meditation headband, and we'll dive deep into its major features and also major applications. Now, bear in mind, as I'm sure many of you are aware, on this channel, I love to talk about underground health information that you'll struggle to find on Google. So please do me a favor and like this video and hit subscribe to stay up to date with the latest and greatest health research. So the MUSE S Gen 2 meditation headband has some pretty interesting features, which I'll dive deep into. First of all, I want to talk about the digital sleeping pill, which is EEG plus PPG and SmartPhase technology. It also has sleep tracking. It has the mind optimization protocols and mind tracking, heart and pulse oximetry, and also body accelerometry, and then finally breath or gyroscope technology. As far as the MUSE S Gen 2 headband, essentially what it does is it utilizes advanced EEG technology to respond to your mind, heart, and breath. And essentially it helps to track how well you focus, sleep, and recharge so that you can perform at your best during the day and also recover each night. So now the Gen 2 model improves upon the original version with better signal quality, faster battery charging, and a more accurate battery level indicator. And the most significant change is the updated headband, which uses a more spandex to allow for a better fit and also make the band actually less likely to tear compared to its predecessor. Now, the product does use Bluetooth-enabled sensors that generate real-time feedback for better meditation via the MUSE app. Now, bear in mind, the app itself is actually extremely user-friendly. It took me about 5 minutes or so to actually understand how to navigate through the app and the different features, the different soundscapes and the sound settings, and also the digital sleeping pills. Essentially, all you need to do is place the device across the middle of your forehead. So making sure all the sensors actually touch your skin. And then essentially all you need to do is load up the MUSE app, put on your headphones, and let the sensors track your mind and body. So it's a pretty seamless installation process, or I guess it's a very easy process to follow and also apply the actual headband. Now the MUSE 2 also uses advanced signal processing to evaluate your mental activity and guide you through meditation. Now this is a really critical point here, is that a number of people actually really struggle to meditate. And I definitely used to be that type of guy, or that type of person who struggled to meditate. So I'd actually love to ask you guys, did you used to struggle with meditation? Have you struggled in the past with finding the right way to meditate? Just drop a comment down below. Let's get a discussion going. Now, you'll also hear peaceful weather soundscapes through your headphones when your mind is calm, and stormy weather when your mind starts to wander. So it's interesting how what they've done with the technology is they've been able to detect how your mind's responding, and they're able to manipulate the soundscapes based upon your mind activity. Now, using these sensory cues and the data on the MUSE app, you can improve meditation techniques, control your breathing, and remove any distractions that prevent you from reaching an alternative state of consciousness. So this is really cool how you can, I guess, build better self-awareness. And I'm sure many of you know about how I'm a big proponent on anything that can improve your level of self-awareness. If we're going to be experimenting with various herbs, different supplements, different diets, different exercise protocols, other novel biohacks, I guess the most important element and the most important principle to adhere to is to really have a high level of self-awareness in order to determine whether or not a particular practice or protocol is actually beneficial for your biology. This is where tracking can really come into play. And this is something that I've always done throughout my career. Looking at optimizing performance, I'm always about tracking and monitoring different parameters of my health, such as sleep scores, exercise performance, libido, happiness levels, and things like that. So this is a really critical point. And this is something that I think that the MUSE headband can actually help with. Obviously, the meditation itself, even without the headband, is going to be beneficial for developing a high degree of self-awareness. But I guess the headband just takes it up another notch and does build out that higher level of self-awareness. Now, you may be wondering a little bit about, I guess, sleeping with the MUSE 2 headband. Like its predecessor and much of the wearable market, the MUSE S does incorporate sleep tracking data. Now, these insights include the start and endpoints, as well as the duration of your sleep states, such as light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep. So we're going to be getting a pretty decent breakdown of your different sleep states. This is something that many of the other wearable technology devices also track, such as the Oura Ring. We also have the Whoop band, and then also the BioStrap as well. Now, what's really cool is the digital sleeping pill. Now, the digital pill refers to how the headband coordinates your meditation audio, whether that's music, a narration, or soundscape, to the different phases of your sleep. For example, what will happen is the actual audio will lull you to sleep at the start of your slumber by gradually lowering the volume. And by the middle of the night, if and when you suddenly wake up, the headband sensors will detect the response and play audio again to ease you back into sleep. This is a very unique and cool feature. I guess the main point here is that for people who experience a mini or a fragmented sleep or mini nighttime awakenings, this device can be advantageous here to help you fall back asleep if you have mini awakenings throughout the night. I know a lot of people actually struggle with waking up between either 2 to 4 a.m. most nights, which can be due to a number of things. Can be due to low liver glycogen or potentially high cortisol, low GABA, low melatonin, low serotonin. But this is unique how it can actually detect your sleep state and then optimize and manipulate the actual soundscape to suit what your body actually needs. Now, there are many different options as far as the different soundscapes and the different programs within the app. There are over 500 meditations on sleep, performance, stress, and more from renowned meditation instructors. And there's new content that's added within the app every single month. So there truly is no shortage of different meditation protocols and practices. So you can really dive deep into experimenting with different types of meditation that you probably never have experienced before. Now, before every meditation session, you'll have a particular signal quality check. You have to actually pass the official signal quality check where it ensures that all 6 senses are connected. And this process, can take a while to actually adjust and get used to your particular head size. But this is a way to ensure that the data that the actual device receives using the EEG technology is actually accurate. So there is a bit of a signal quality check process that's involved every time you want to actually apply or wear the headband. Now, just in summary, my overall thoughts of the device. Now, this device does amplify what I would consider a very beneficial practice, which is meditation. It essentially just takes it up another level, builds a higher level of self-awareness, and can also assist with decreasing stress, which is another element that I know a lot of people are suffering from, which is chronic stress. So this is something that I definitely tended to utilize the actual device more so was during periods of like acute stress. For example, usually when it gets like Wednesday or Thursday, and I've been, working 14-hour days on the Monday and Tuesday, which is when I, backlog a lot of my content and create a lot of my videos and do many of my consultations. This is when I find, the headband is actually good to reduce stress. I can see how this particular headband could be extremely useful for people who struggle to quiet down their mind, or they feel like life gets too busy or too stressful. And overall, I also like to utilize, as I'm sure many of you are aware, I love to utilize other biohacks as well to cope with stress, such as high intensity exercise, GABAergic supplements, so things like taurine, lemon balm, magnolia bark, dihydrohinocchiol, things like that. But overall, I think the device is pretty cool. So as far as the pros and cons, not Number one would be simple to set up and operate. So it's pretty straightforward. The application's easy to use. It's easy to set up and actually install. Number two is the app is extremely easy to use. So number one, obviously being the actual headband being easy to install, like physical, pretty straightforward. And then the actual app itself is really user-friendly, and they always update the app as well. They install new programs. Now, also in addition, the goals, milestones, and achievements make you feel more motivated to actually keep going with this particular practice. So this is really beneficial for someone who, let's say you're someone who starts meditating maybe for a few days, and then you just completely forget about the practice itself and it just fades out and you no longer do it. Well, actually, when you have a particular device or a health tech device like this, it can be more reinforcing and help to remind you, reinstate practice and start utilizing the headband again. The inclusion of many guided sessions does really help with, bringing some diversity to meditation protocols. And then also it's quite easy and comfortable to wear. It's not actually very bulky or heavy. If we go through the cons and the negatives, I'm someone who tends to toss and turn, during the nighttime. So it does, what I did find was I noticed that the headband, particularly because I wear an eye mask. So when I sleep, I wear an eye mask, mouth tape. And I've also recently been wearing these active noise cancelling earplugs. So it looks like, when I'm sleeping, I've just got all these different devices on me. But yeah, during the night, I did notice that the actual headband was slipping off. So that wasn't, very good because it diminished the quality of the data. And the other point is that the price point is a little bit steep for the everyday person. I think it's $299 from when I checked it last. There is also, this is an affiliate disclaimer, there is a discount code Lucas20 that will give you 20% off if you do want to actually try the MUSE headband, which is pretty cool. And then also they have what I found is that this is something that I've spoken to other people who, meditate regularly, is that for some people, the practice of meditation should just be complete silence. And so advanced meditators might actually find the headband slightly distracting, and I guess a little bit annoying as far as like the intervening soundscape modes and different things like that. So that's where it can be a little bit, distracting for some advanced meditators. But overall, I think the MUSE Gen 2 MUSE S headband is pretty cool. I'm always a proponent of things that can improve self-awareness, decrease stress, increase heart rate variability, and improve overall quality of life. And I think the MUSE headband does do a pretty good job at reading your different health parameters using EEG technology, and also delivering a dynamic experience as far as curating and optimizing the soundscapes based upon your different health parameters. You guys can check out the MUSE Gen 2 headband. That will be linked down below in the video description if you want to purchase. And there will be that discount code Lucas20 if you want to help to support my channel and help to support really great products like the MUSE headband. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.